There are pictures surfing the internet, and I have gotten confirmation on the legitimacy of these photos from 3 separate law enforcement entities. Now, sources showing the gunman responsible for killing Memphis rapper Young Dolph in his own community and his own hometown. This was a big shock throughout the whole law enforcement industry in Memphis and to his community. In one photo, you see the vehicle belonging to Young Dolph, and in another, you see the assailant running away with the gun. Young Dolph, during this time, with the man that was dressed in red by the white Cadillac, ran off to evade the police and the law enforcement during this time. We attempted to chase him down, but we did not want to entangle the community with what was going on. He was a threat, and we did not want the community to get hurt during this time. We let this man go, and we had detectives investigate. And during this time, we found where he lived and what deadly weapons that he had in his household. Now, and another recent finding that we found through detectives was Young Dolph's brother's fingerprints were on the register of the Makeda's cookie store during this incident. But later allegations came to find that Young Dolph's brother was not at the Makeda's cookie store. He was nowhere near it at that time. But we came to find out that he had his fingerprints in the Makeda's cookie store. We did an investigation on Young Dolph's brother during this time, and we interviewed him. He denied allegations at the beginning, but later findings proved to make him confess. He talked about how he had his brother set up in the Makeda's cookie store, and owners of Makeda's homemade cookies speak out after the murder of Young Dolph, saying that they had connection with his brother during this time, that they set him up, that he was a part of it. And in my personal opinion, it's terrible as to do to your own family member, as a brother. He trusted his brother. He helped his brother out. You know, he gave him money. He supported him and his wife, his kids. Gave him cookies even from the Makeda's cookies. You know, the sweets. We all have a sweet tooth. And he was backstabbed. He was betrayed by his own family member, his own brother. Not just by the people in his community, by his own family that he loved and cared about. And in recent years, Young Dolph faced violent encounters and legal issues in his hometown. Multiple shooting incidents targeted him, leading to injuries and threats to his life, the people around, and the community. Now, these episodes raise questions about his safety and stern conversations about the underlying tensions of rival gangs within the Memphis hip-hop scene and area. Now, tragically, in November 2021, Young Dolph was fatally shot and killed in his hometown during this time. My opinion about Young Dolph personally, he didn't deserve this. He was a young man that was trying to help his family, his friends, his community. He was betrayed by his own family members, the people in his community that he helped, and my condolences go out to him. I personally respected him, in my personal opinion, and that should not have happened to him. And how did we know that it was a targeted murder at the time and the next day on November 18th when MPD had no leads at the time? How did we know? Well, I'll tell you how we knew. The detectives did their investigations. We had fingerprints from the Makeda's cookie store. We had inside information from whistleblowers telling us what exactly happened during that time behind the Makita's Cookie Store and how it was planned out and how it was set up. When we interviewed Makita's Cookies and we interviewed his brother, they denied the allegations at the beginning, but we came to find out the truth. We came to find justice for young Dolph. We find justice for all the people in his community and the people around. And we care about the people in our hometown. We're not going to let, some rival gangs, punks, drug addicts come ruin our town. And in my personal opinion as a law enforcement officer, he did not deserve this. He was a young man that tried to help out his community and the people around him. He gave cookies to the people in his community from the Makita's Cookie Store to promote the Makita's Cookies. And in turn, they set him up with his brother, his own family member, his own blood. It's terrible. That is my personal opinion. Thank you.
Thank you. We remodeled the inside of the Makita's Cookie Store, and what we found was a disturbing scene. We seen an office chair where it looked like young Dolph was tied up. He was actually tortured and taken out right then and there. We found a rope wrapped around the office chair, and we see a abandoned U-Haul truck in the back parking lot of the Makita's Cookie Shop. Our team and our construction crew went out there with their gear, and we were prepared to remodel the bathroom, the damaged walls, and the hallway of the manager's office. The front window glass, we noticed that the forensic team notified us that we could not work on the remodel of the Makita's Cookies bathroom where young Dolph had tragically passed, due to the fact that the ballistics reported that the shots came from inside of the store to the outside. This is why the glass was broken and scattered through the front display of the Makita's Cookie Store front. Had somebody fired into the store, the glass would be at a different proximity. The proximity of the glass in relation to young Dolph's body and arm had gave ballistics and detailed forensic reports from the medical examiner and the district attorney's office of Shelby County's 5th precinct that this in fact was a setup of young Dolph. Morris Hill, the owner, he was seen at the scene. He arrived in his Lincoln truck at 0900 hours. Young Dolph was already inside the shop. There are conflicting stories from several witnesses, including some of the workers in the apron with the dreads. Looked like a girl, a female who was related to the Morris Hill owner, who had gave conflicting and actual statements regarding to the scenes that took place inside of the Makita's Cookie Shop. The statements were that it happened inside the store. This is what the direct witness said out of her own mouth, who was connected to the owner, Morris Hill. Now at this time, we believe that the stories had changed upon her second interview, where she had gave a conflicting statement that goes against the context of what she had previously reported. This is why the ballistics and forensics team denied access to my construction crew to remodeling the Makita's Cookie Shop, because further investigation from the United States Marshals was needed in order for them to retrieve and stick to a motive. Thank you very much.